Hello everyone, and welcome back to English Whispers. This is the podcast where you practice real English spoken slowly and clearly. I'm Zoya, your host, and today I have a calm story for you. The story is called 1 Week Without My Phone. It is a true feeling story, told in simple English. You can listen, pause, and repeat after me for shadowing practice. And if you want to go deeper, there is a free PDF guide in the description. It includes vocabulary, a small grammar quiz, and reflection questions. Now, take a breath. Let's begin. 2 months ago, I noticed something strange. Every time I opened my phone, I felt busy. Not because I had real work, but because I couldn't stop scrolling. I checked messages, news, and videos. Then I checked again, and again. One night, I was lying in bed, eyes burning, but my thumb kept moving. I asked myself, am I choosing this, or is my phone choosing me? That question stayed in my mind. The next morning, I made a decision. I would spend 1 week without my phone. Not forever. Just 7 days. At first, it sounded easy. But when I turned my phone off, I felt nervous. It was like saying goodbye to a close friend. The first day was the hardest. I kept reaching for my pocket, but my phone wasn't there. I sat at the bus stop with nothing to do. I felt restless. Everyone else was looking at screens, and I felt strange. But slowly, something new appeared. I started looking around. I noticed an old man reading a newspaper. I noticed a child laughing at a pigeon. I noticed the sound of the wind in the trees. It was as if the world became louder when my phone became silent. By the second day, I felt lighter. I had no notifications, no buzzing, no beeping. Instead, I read a real book. I wrote in my notebook. I cooked a meal slowly, without rushing. Still, I missed my phone. I wondered if someone had sent me an important message. But then I told myself, if it is truly important, they will call the house phone. And guess what? Nobody called. On the third day, I woke up without an alarm. The sun touched my window. Birds sang. I stretched and smiled. It felt natural. Usually, I opened my phone first thing in the morning. But that day, I opened my eyes to the world instead. Day 4 was the turning point. I went for a walk. No music in my ears, no phone in my hand. I just walked. I saw flowers growing between cracks in the street. I saw 2 dogs chasing each other. I smelled bread from a bakery. These things had always been there, but I had never noticed. By day 5, my mind felt quieter. I was not rushing to check news. I was not worried about likes or comments. I felt free. I visited my friend without sending a message first. I just knocked on her door. She laughed, surprised, and said, "This feels old-fashioned." We made tea and talked for hours. Real conversation, face to face. No pictures, no filters, no distractions. Day 6 was special. I sat in the park with no phone, only a pen and paper. I wrote down my thoughts. Some were heavy, some were light. But they were real. I realized how often I ran to my phone to escape my feelings. Without it, I had to sit with myself. And that was not scary anymore. It was peaceful. On the last day, day 7, I woke up feeling calm. I cleaned my room. I cooked breakfast slowly. I went outside and watched the sky turn from pink to blue. The world moved at its own speed, and I moved with it. That evening, I turned on my phone again. Yes, there were messages. Yes, there were emails. But none of them were life or death. And for the first time, I didn't feel controlled by the screen. I felt in control. What did I learn? I learned that silence is not empty. It is full of life, full of small details we usually miss. I learned that friends and family matter more than likes and notifications. And I learned that peace does not come from a glowing screen. It comes from inside, when you give yourself time. So, my friends, if you feel tired of rushing, maybe try a small break. You don't need to throw your phone away. But maybe turn it off for a few hours. Go for a walk. Look at the sky. Write something with your hand, not your keyboard. Talk to someone face to face. Because sometimes freedom is not far away. It is just one click of power off. Thank you for joining me today on English Whispers. If you want to keep learning English with stories like this, check the next episode. And remember, when you slow down in English, you also slow down in life.